UCLA is trying to do just that with their hopes to join the Big Ten, but the UC Board of Regents met on Wednesday, and various board members, including California Governor Gavin Newsom, have spoken out against the school leaving the Pac-12. One of the proposals involves new rules that would block schools from making major decisions involving athletics contracts. Rod, I'm going to ask you this because you're out west, you have a background in law. Why exactly is it so easy for USC to move and not UCLA out of the Pac-12?
Christine, well, there are two reasons. The first one is that USC is a private university. There is no other authority that they have to answer to. UCLA, on the other hand, they're a public institution. They're part of the University of California 10-campus system, which is run by the UC Regents. That board sets the budget and rules and a lot of other things. So you need their authority. Now, the second thing is that UCLA has, if you will, made a couple mistakes here, one legal and one political. The legal issue of having authority to cut a deal with the Big Ten all by yourself is the first issue. Now, UCLA says they have the authority to do it. UC Regents say, no, you don't. You need our approval to do that. And without that, you can't go. Now, the second issue is political. One thing you don't do, if you follow California politics for the last 20 years or so, you know that Governor Newsom is not a guy to cross, and he is not a guy to publicly embarrass, letting him find out about the deal in the newspaper. He will go ahead and do something about that. He'll get his pound of flesh.
Okay, so knowing what all that you just said, how do you feel like this would play out?
Well, I think there's still about a 75% chance or so that UCLA goes to the Big Ten. That's assuming everybody acts normally. What normally should happen would be there'd be a negotiated settlement over this issue of authority to move, with UCLA sort of coming around and writing some sort of a check to be able to move on. Now, the problem with that is there's so much pressure on UCLA, and they've made mistakes already. They might make another mistake by trying to force the issue, going to court, getting a court to say they have the authority to move. If a court does that and rules for the Regents, then UCLA has no legs at all. They have no leverage, and there's no reason that the Regents would allow them to move. That's why I put it at 25% that they won't go. If everybody does what they're supposed to do, it'll be a negotiated settlement and they move on. Please, UCLA, act reasonably here. We'll see.
That 25% chance will seriously shake up everything. I mean, everybody's talking about them moving to the Big Ten. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.